Welcome, Gunrunner.
Hello everybody, it's Q&A the Alert here, and I'm back with another episode of Modern Retro. And this is just a little one actually that follows on from some of the other content I've been doing recently, because I've obviously looked at the Konami Arcade Classics collection. I looked at was one of the first Modern Retro ones I looked at. It might be even been the first, I think, actually, on the channel. I also did a video looking at the Konami's failure to get into the console market, and I've had a look at least one Konami book by now. I've got a couple, I've got two to look at. So by the time this video comes out, I'm not sure if I would have looked at them both or on the channel or just one of them, but certainly at least one of them would have been looked at, and the other one will be on the way. But yeah, so I wanted to continue that Konami theme and get this one out of the way, because it was kind of one I forgot I had, and I was looking through the games library and found it and thought, this is probably something else that I should be looking at as part of my Modern Retro series on the channel as well. And it's the Frogger Anniversary Edition. And this is actually an Xbox 360 game, as you might see, that I'm running using the backwards compatibility on Xbox One, because it was actually quite an early title to be added to the Xbox One backwards compatibility. Perhaps strangely, but very cool. I had it on Xbox 360, so obviously it transferred over to my Xbox One automatically. And it was programmed by Digital Eclipse, who do so many of these retro themed things for modern systems. I mean, they did Atari 50, most notably probably, but they've done lots of others as well. So anything that Digital Eclipse do is always really good. But as you can see, this is a pretty simple one. There's not actually that much to choose from on here. You see you've got arcade game, Xbox Live game, leaderboards, achievements, help and options, and return. And the strange thing is, I would have thought they would have got a bit more on here. Like, for example, there was a Frogger game that came out for PS1. It might have been nice if they'd stuck this on here. And there was the Frogger 2 game that Parker Brothers did. Although it was never an arcade game, it wasn't Konami created. I'm sure they could have got hold of the rights just to stick it on here. Used, I don't know, the Commodore 64 version or Atari 8-bit version of the game. That would have been quite cool as well, but no, that's not on here either. So the Xbox Live game gives you a chance to play against other people, so play versus speed or co-op game. Let's just go into that in a minute. So you've got ranked match or player match. So you've got quick match, create match. So this is basically just to play against other people, which you probably can't do because without anyone is actually playing this game now. But apart from that, you've got arcade game. So there we go. This is really it. There's not that much to this one. We've got one player start, two player start, exit game. So press one player start there. This one's quite quiet. So you'll see that says arcade game. Does that look like the arcade game to you? No, it's a massively enhanced version of the game. And now one of my cats is now shouting at me, so that's probably picked that up on the camera as well. So they're all getting in on the act. Anyone who follows my channel knows how my cats love to get in my videos. What are you shouting at down there? He's right below the camera, just screaming at me. Yeah, I mean, it's Frogger, but I mean, it feels a bit wrong because obviously not only have the graphics been massively updated here, but the music is completely different as well, and nowhere near as good. And I just messed that up. I don't know how I did that. But yeah, it feels a bit soulless, this actually. It doesn't feel right. But I could have sworn there was a way to... Oh, there is. Yeah, I was going to say, I could have sworn there was a way to play it the original way. So let's go to that so we can choose that. Original or enhanced. We've also got screen size as well if you want to stretch it and make it look stupid. You can see if you wanted to really stretch it out, you could, but why would you want to do that? So put it back to default. So we go original, and then if I go to resume game, there we go. See, that's Frogger. This is what we want to see. And the sound's got even quieter now, so let's turn it up a bit so you can actually hear it. There we go. I've just died because I wasn't watching what I was doing. Let's start it again so you can see the proper original game in all its glory. Because I love Frogger, I always have done ever since I played it when I was a young nipper on holiday. It's one of the first arcade games probably I ever saw and played. In fact, it doesn't help when I look through the camera instead of looking at the screen, so I'm trying to check that it's recording properly, because I had one of these that I made where I didn't notice that the camera had slipped while I was recording it, and it only basically recorded half the screen. But thankfully it's not doing it again, but I bought a brand new camera stand to stop that happening. And there I go, I've just killed myself again. But it's Frogger. Yeah, I mean, you can see there's not really much to tell you about as far as Frogger goes, really. I think everybody out there has played Frogger in some shape or form. There we go. I've not got much time left apparently. So let's go for it. There's another one. Let's see if I can do it. There's my female frog. I don't want to tell you what I did to her. I think you can use your own imagination. Oh, bum. And I totally messed it up, so I didn't even do level 1 there. So there we go. I absolutely just showed you how to suck at Frogger, because that was just absolutely terrible, wasn't it? So if I press B, we'll go to exit game. So I'll show you if there's anything else interesting on here. Will it even load the leaderboards? Oh, it shows my score, but I'm not even sure it will bring the... Oh, it still does. So there we go. You can still bring those scores up. Wow, look at that top score. The top 2 scores are just like miles beyond anything else on there. So how are they like that? That doesn't even look right to me. They don't even look like real scores, because they're exactly the same, aren't they? And then they're all exactly the same, so God knows if that's even working properly. It obviously hasn't remembered old scores that I made, because they don't seem to be there, but they're all the same as well. So I don't think that's even working properly, to be honest. On there, view achievements, haven't got any of those. And now my cat's jumped on the table to shout at me again. So there we go. There's quite a few of them, but I haven't actually done any of them. But a lot of those look pretty easy to get, actually. Help and options. So how to play, controls, settings. Obviously you can up the lives then. That might have helped because I was sucking at it. There's who made it, if you care. Oh look, enhanced music and sound was done by Jerome Tell. That's really interesting. He of Maniacs of Noise fame, who did loads of great music for the Commodore 64 especially. I think that's probably where he's best well known, although he did plenty of music for other platforms as well. So it goes through all of that. That's pretty boring, isn't it? But that's all there is to show you, really. I mean, I don't think the Xbox Live game even works. Let's see. No games found. Would you like to create a new game? So yeah, it probably won't work. There's probably no one to play with, so you probably sit there forever waiting for somebody to accept that and say, yeah, I want to play Frogger with you. That would be weird if someone suddenly accepted, but I can't see it happening, so I bet there's not many people out there who are still playing Frogger. It brings up my old Xbox 360 gamer card there. I haven't got a particularly high score. I'm lucky if I get to play it on Xbox once a week these days, to be honest. I'm so busy with other things in life. But that's it, really. That's all there is to tell you. I hope you enjoyed my look at Frogger Anniversary Edition. If you do want to get this, I believe it can be had for peanuts. I think it's something like £1 or something to download now on Xbox Store. Because I remember seeing it when I was looking for something else. not so long back, and it was stupidly cheap. I think it's when I was looking for the Konami Classics collection or something like that. Or it might have actually been in one of the various sales they have from time to time. But I remember seeing it for I think it was less than £1. So if you do like playing Frogger and you don't worry about having other ways, the other games, and you just want to play the old traditional Frogger, I suppose you could download it. But I think most people probably have a million ways to play Frogger, especially if they're retro fans, because it came out for just about everything out there. But it's still a fun game to play. I still enjoy a bit of Frogger from time to time. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed my review. As always, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again for another video very soon. Bye bye.